forward on trade talks with China. The U.S. and China wrapped up the most recent negotiations in Stockholm, Sweden earlier today. The clock is ticking to get a deal done. We're 2 weeks away from the president's self-imposed deadline, where higher tariff rates on Chinese goods would be set to go into effect if there's no deal. And a reminder, this Friday is circled because that's the deadline where higher tariff rates are set to take effect for most other countries. Let's bring in NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba. Monica, a lot to keep track of. What else is the White House saying now this afternoon about these negotiations with China, and what happens if a deal is not reached by August 12th?
Well, the president, as he was traveling back from Scotland today, Kate, said that he did speak with his Treasury Secretary and the team that is taking part in these negotiations with China, and says that likely there will be a pause and an extension for another 90 days. But here's a little bit more of what the U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer had to say about how the talks went. Listen.
With respect to a potential pause, we're going to head back to Washington, D.C., and we're going to talk to the president about whether that's something that he wants to do. It's certainly something that's been under discussion, and so we'll brief the president on the outcome of this, and we'll see if there are any, we have further technical discussions that are happening right now as we speak among the teams, and so the president can make a final call on whether that's something that he wants to do.
So more to work out there, Kate, but essentially if this pause is not extended for another period, those tariff rates on China would boomerang back to what they were going to be a couple of months ago when this initial pause was put into place, which is more than 30%. And so it's possible that a new tariff rate could be negotiated, as we've seen the president do with some of these other countries, and it is still possible there could be other trade deals in the coming days that are announced that could also affect these talks. But the U.S. and China trying to get to some kind of an agreement and potentially a meeting between President Trump and President Xi before the end of the calendar year. Kate.
All right, Monica Alba covering the White House for us. Thank you.
A Virginia teenager's dream of attending Juilliard came true thanks to the generosity of his community. And now he's officially a graduate and using his stage to give back. Amy Cho from our NBC station in Washington, D.C. tells us about his journey.
When we first met Jawan Hill, he was a young man with big dreams.
Create positive change in the world.
The high school senior from Dumfries was working part-time at Burger King to make enough money to go to Juilliard and pursue his dreams of acting.
I'm a workaholic. I love that lifestyle. I'm always doing a show. If I'm not doing a show, I'm doing a recording. If I'm not doing a recording, I'm doing something else.
After his story aired on News 4, the donations poured into his GoFundMe.
Are y'all ready? Okay.
Now, 4 years later, this is Jawan today, officially a graduate of Juilliard.
I got some folks in this one. Okay, clap.
And teaching theater to young people in D.C.
I would not be here if 4 years ago I didn't do that interview and people helped me, pay for my schooling. I feel like forever changed as an actor and as a human, and I'm just grateful I got the opportunity.
Jawan says the days at Juilliard were long. 13 hours, 5 days a week. But when times were tough, he thought of his grandma. She paid his Juilliard application fee and stayed up late to help him with his essays. She died of ovarian cancer just 2 months before he got in.
I think she'd be really proud, which makes me very happy. I think she'd be happy that I stayed the course. Juilliard is a hard program. It's a really hard program, but you come out a stronger artist than ever.
Jawan is currently auditioning for roles on the big screen and Broadway, but he knew he wanted to spend his summer giving back.
Whoa, I see you reaching for your 9mm wallet.
The program is put on by the DYRS Achievement Center and helps young people tackle tough topics like police brutality.
It's nerve-wracking, okay.
While also learning about future career paths.
You have to see a physical manifestation of your dream. And sometimes that means someone that looks like you. More than anything, I'm just excited to come back and be like, hey, you can do this, and you just need somebody to tell you that you can.
A young actor now one step closer to his dreams and helping others achieve theirs too.
That's good. I'm proud of you.
Amy Cho, News 4.
Amy Cho, thanks so much. Later this hour, a look at the nation's air traffic control crisis through the eyes of recent recruits.
What they're saying about the challenges they face and what needs to change. That's all ahead on NBC News Daily.